Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Pearl and I am going to be doing a process video for week 48 of my 2019 Project Life album. This week I am using the Ali Edwards Story Kit Gratitude that came for the month of November in 2019, and I'm going to use it for this spread. Now this is going to be a long one, so grab a cup of coffee or something and a snack. I have my usual two-page spread, and I also have two inserts. This is the week of Thanksgiving, and it also happened to be when we went on a family vacation and with family friends, and also my son's birthday. So that's why we have a lot of inserts here. So first I put the photos in chronological order. As I print the pictures out, I put the dates on the back of them, and I cut the ones that are 3x4 up. And so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to have all these pictures in these spreads. I'm trying to figure it out. So you see me counting, and here's my 2019 gratitude kit from Ali Edwards. I subscribe to both her story kit and stamp kit. So I'm going through the Project Life cards, the journal cards, and I'm putting in the 3x4s where 3x4s go, and the 4x6s I'm using to back some of the 3x4 photos where the 4x6 cards typically go. Now I'm working on the left-hand side of this spread. In this first picture, I have a picture of my kids with their friends during the lunch break while we were up at Mammoth. So I'm going to put Mammoth on that top part of the photo, and I am using the Felicity Jane Essential Alphas in, I don't know if it's called yellow or gold. I'll have them all, any of the products that I mention or I use in this video will be linked down below. The thing with the Ali Edwards kit is it's a subscription, so the kits are no longer available if you don't subscribe to her kit that month. But I will go ahead and link her website where you can look into the subscription kit for her story kits for both the regular story kit and the stamp kit. So now I'm going through the chipboards and I'm trying to decide which ones to use. I decide to use two of the triangular ones to focus in onto the word mammoth. I didn't have mammoth quite centered, so I put it a little bit below, so it looks like there's a line underneath, an invisible line underneath going from triangle to triangle. And then of course I always use the Stays On ink to stamp it using the Felicity Jane date stamp. Now this next picture I have is of my daughter going to snowboarding school. She did half day for the first day, and so I just have a picture of her, and I stamped the date, I had the date on the back of the photo, and I'm making sure I'm going to have the right date. I put that down and I journal. On Monday, Kaya did a half day of snowboarding school. I'm not sure why I was surprised that she's a natural. There were two girls in her class and she was killing it out there. Love sharing what I enjoy. And then I put the date November 25. And I used the VersaFine. Oh no, I did use the Stays On ink. I like to use the VersaFine when I'm stamping onto paper. So then I take the yellow Felicity Jane Gold Essentials or Yellow Essentials and put 48 onto my title card. And it says, gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart and not in the mind. Lionel Hampton. Then I work on the bottom photo, and it's a picture of me and my two bigs. And I wrote, I knew I would like boarding with my boys, but I loved it. So glad they enjoy snowboarding too. So I put that label on there, and these labels are print and cut files you can purchase on the Studio Calico Kit website, and I'll link those down below as well. Now the next photo is of my son. He hurt himself because he biffed an edge really, really bad. And so it says, here's what I'm thankful for on the journal card. And I journaled, on the last run before I was supposed to pick up the littles from snowboarding school, Zach caught a toe edge and biffed it really hard. Poor kid could not get up. It took ski patrol 30 minutes to find us. Several people had tried to inform the ski patrol where we were, and they just couldn't find us. So on the next one, next card I journaled gratitude list, and I wrote out who came with us on the trip. And then I'm going to work on the insert. And on the insert, I am using the Becky Higgins Design G. And I like this because it's an 8.5 by 11. And I am documenting how my son biffed the edge and how ski patrol came and he had to ride down on ski patrol and what he looked like while we were there. I'm trying to figure out where to put these pictures and which pictures to put in. And I struggle. You'll see I take them in and out of the pockets until I figure out a good way to put them in. Sometimes I have to trim the 3x4s to make sure it fits. Not sure why. I think I'm used to the selfie, which was not a true 4x6, and now I'm printing using an Epson PM400, and that's a true 4x6, and so sometimes I have to trim the edges of different photos. Now the 4x6 I put in the top right, it says every day may not be good, but there's good in every day, and that is so true for this experience. Even though it was not good that he caught a toe edge so bad and hurt himself, it was a great day overall until the very end. Now I'm going through the chipboard and embellishment packs, and I put a yellow chipboard on the bottom half circle that says stories of gratitude, because I'm glad he wasn't hurt more or hurt worse than he actually was. He just bruised his tailbone really, really bad. I'm trying to think of what other chipboards to put, and on the top left there's a picture of all the boys playing their electronics when we got back to the house, and I put the chipboard so much gratitude on the bottom of that photo. And then I have these little rubber circles that came with the kit, and so I decide to put one on the bottom left hand of the first page, and it says grateful for this, and this on the picture of the ski patrol taking my kids down. And I'm using the Tombow Mono multi glue for this. And you can see I'm kind of going all over the place. And that's because the embellishments, I forgot about them, and then I went back to find them and decided to use them. This is an enamel piece that says Finding Beauty in the Mess, and I have that as the embellishment for the photo of my son laying down on the cot with two of my kids waiting for me to go pick up the car. And then I forget that I have more embellishments that I haven't used from the kit. This kit comes with so many pieces. It's really, really, really good. I like to usually use Allie Edwards story kits for longer stories, but I'm glad I got to use it for this week of Thanksgiving. I'm trying to find where else to put all these little yellow or not yellow, but the rubber circles. And so I told you I'd already put the one grateful for this on the bottom left hand of the ski patrol taking my kid down. And then I'm going to find other rubber circles to put on other photos. I'm going through the chipboard pieces and trying to decide where to put that striped arrow. And I end up putting it on that photo of my kid laying down on the cot in the bottom right hand corner of that. But you can see I'm trying to decide what to do with it. And this taking photos in and out of these sleeves are getting old, but I didn't have a cardstock of drawn out of this page protector design, so that's why I kept going in and out. I found these reflective mirrored gold stars in the kit that I've forgotten to use, and so now I'm going to go back and put gold stars on all of or a lot of the pictures to embellish them. And I use the Tombow Mono multi-adhesive for this, and it's great for adhering items that are not paper to photos. I use this pleather Our Story Matters with family in the middle on top of the picture of my kids with my parents. We stopped by their house on the way home from Mammoth, and they made us dinner. And of course my kids got money. You can see that they have money in their hands. Money speaks in the Korean culture. Then I'm taking this picture out on the first page of my son on the toboggan, and I wrote "so very blessed" on that rubber circle, and I'm adhering that down. And I'm sorry that I'm all over the place with this layout. And then I move on to my second insert. Oh no, that's not what I do. I'm going back to the first page and deciding where to put some of the gold stars. So I put a gold star on the picture of my son snowboarding, and it has a chipboard on the bottom that says thankful. I put one on the bottom picture of my son laying down in the snow. I also put a big gold reflective star on the photo of the boys and I on top of the mountain. So now I'm going to do the very last page, so I'm skipping an insert here. I'm going to work on the very last page of week 48, and I'm going to decide where to place my photos, which ones I'm going to use on a 4x6. So you can see I'm counting pictures there to try to decide which insert I should use for my next, or which page protector I should use for my next insert. So I decided to use the Becky Higgins Design C, and this is where it has 6 4x6 on one sheet, and I cut the right hand side so that I have a 3-up, a 4x6 on each side. My what is it called? My Caterpillar Pro, sorry. I'm having brain farts. My Caterpillar Pro didn't cut it very well, so I took my scissors and just cleaned up the edges. Now, it was my second son's birthday, and for his birthday, he used his birthday money from his grandparents to custom make a skateboard. So he went to the skateboard shop, custom made it, and on the label I wrote, all Christian wanted for his birthday was a skateboard. So that's the picture that was taken there. I'm using, I don't think I mentioned this, a Stabilo dark gray pen to do my journaling, and I'm using a tiny attacher to staple for added texture. Then I put, there's this picture of my boys with his friends, and what happened was I had taken him out for the day for his birthday because there was this particular tech deck set that he wanted. And for those of you that don't know what a tech deck is, it's a miniature skateboarding ramp and miniature skateboard that fits on your fingers. And so we went to, I think, 5 different Targets and 2 Walmarts trying to find this particular tech deck, and they just don't make it anymore. So while we were doing that, our friends snuck over to our house and surprised him for a surprise party / sleepover. So, and this was just last minute with the kids that we had gone to Mammoth with. So I am using the stamp set, and I stamped thankful, and I used the VersaFine black onyx, and then also one that says for this moment, for this day, for these people. And I am using the yellow Felicity Jane Alpha to write surprise onto that journaling card. After I placed the alphas on the journaling card, I journaled, Christian used his birthday money from both sets of grandparents to custom make his skateboard. So all he asked of us was a particular tech deck. We searched for Targets and Walmarts without success. While we were gone, his friends came over to surprise him with a sleepover birthday party. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put these pictures because there are so many pictures that I could have actually used that I end up using this picture of him at a Target or Walmart. I can't remember now where I took this particular picture, but you can kind of see his defeated look in that picture. Poor kid. So I just wrote I used a little circle that says thankful for you and a heart sticker. I had forgotten all about these heart stickers as embellishments. See, these kits come so full and I forget to use the embellishments that come with the kit. I'm using the Felicity Jane Black Alphas and Black Essential Alphas, and I am going to use the letters to spell 11 because my son turned 11 years old, and I'll stamp the date on the bottom of that photo. And I turned this picture black and white because the colors inside the store made the photo look really, really yellow. So after I do that, I also decide to use I put this heart sticker down, which I am going to be going back and putting heart stickers on some of my other previous layouts. And I'm using this circle, rubber circle, Thankful for You, and using my Tombow Mono multi-adhesive. I love that adhesive. My daughter gets into it and uses it like crazy. I also take a gold reflective star and put it onto the top photo of my son at the skateboard shop. I fight with these page protectors, you'll see. And on the bottom photo, I used an enamel circle that said the story of this day. Now, I already told you what I wrote on this journaling card, and it says thankful for this moment on the bottom. I'm going to use my red Nuvo drops to check off under where I stamp thankful for this moment, for this day, for these people, and I'm going to check them all off using my Nuvo drops. And that's going to come in a little bit. Now I have these last two pictures. One is of my kids eating pizza, or the kids eating pizza, and I use a hexagon chipboard that says be obsessively grateful. And then on the bottom photo is of my son with Krispy Kreme donuts. My kids like Krispy Kreme donuts instead of traditional cake or cupcakes. And so I use the rubber circle that says grateful for this on the top left of that photo, and so very happy on the bottom right, and a gold reflective star on the bottom left. My poor daughter is always the only girl in all these photos. Okay, then on the very last page, and if you've hung on this long, thank you so much. I put the photos in basically chronological order. And on the top photo is a picture of my daughter. She brought all her unicorn stuff, unicorn pajamas, unicorn headband, unicorn eye mask, her unicorn stuffed animal, unicorn, you can see on the bedside table, she put all these unicorn things on my bedside table. And I wrote unicorn everything. Kaya found every single thing unicorn, brought it to my room, put it on the bedside table, put on her unicorn pajamas, eye mask, and her squashmallow, and went to sleep. I'm using the rubber circle that says simply the best and putting it on the bottom left hand portion of that picture, a heart sticker on the right above the date stamp, and a chipboard heart with where my journaling went. I put another heart sticker on the photo of the bedside table. And then I'm going to work on the bottom photo of my son. This picture was taken on his actual birthday. I like to do a little photo session with my kids on their birthday. And I am journaling, focus on the good, that says, when we got back from Mammoth, Dave said he was not going to Arizona for Thanksgiving. I had not planned food-wise, but he stepped up and made steak for Thanksgiving dinner, and we stayed in our pajamas all day. It was so nice to not have anything to do on Thanksgiving, and my friends couldn't ask for a last-minute play date because everyone had plans with their family. So I'm using the stamp set, and it says, focus on the good and love this in a circle, and I use the Stays On ink to stamp on that. In retrospect, I probably should have stamped on white cardstock and cut that out with a circle punch. But, oh well. I'm putting a gold reflective star just above the date. My kids are in the bunk beds playing video games together, and I'm going to put 3 gold reflective stars onto the top left corner of my daughter sleeping in my bed. I also have a picture of the dinner that that Dave made for Thanksgiving, and if I could plan Thanksgiving like that all the time, that's what I would do. It was so stress-free. Then I have a picture of this Ferris wheel that we took when we went to a Christmas tree lighting ceremony at the Fairmont right by our house. We've been going for 12 years straight. And on the journaling, I wrote, for the 12th year in a row, we went to the Grand Del Mar for the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. It's been crazy to see how this event has grown, and we have Santa pictures with the same Santa every year. So I just did the Nuvo drops on that previous journaling card, and I apologize that I'm all over the place. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I'm still at a crop when I'm doing this. So people are interrupting me, talking to me. You know, things are going on when there's 60 ladies in a room scrapbooking. So I apologize for being all over the place. Hopefully I will get back on track on being more systematic the way I like to be when I am scrapbooking. After I finish adhering that pink rubber circle, you'll see that I move some of the pictures around. Again, I'm all over the place. I wanted to put the weather screenshot of Mammoth because as soon as we left, it started dumping snow the next day, of course, always, because it was pretty, there wasn't that much snow when we went, but it ended up being fine for my kids learning. So if you've hung on this far, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I promise next time I'll do better in going in a systematic way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.